Are we live? Yay!
We are live. Hello, peeps, and everyone who may be joining at any time. I don't know who, what, when, where, or why.
But please, come one, come all to Amanda's Booktopia and Fiction Files with Clint.
I don't know if you guys heard right, but that was a great announcement, right? Thank
I
you.
thought so.
And we are here to discuss A School for Good and Evil, and there will be spoilers. So if you haven't read the book and you don't want to listen to spoilers, it's completely up to you and what you want to do. But we will be talking all things on this book. Why don't we start with what we rated it?
Do you want me to start
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I can do an introduction and stuff?
Yeah, go.
Hi guys, I'm Clint from Reads Readers. One of the lovely co-hosts of this lovely Fiction Falls Academy, and I'm in the library because I figured that's where we would be doing our discussion. Because welcome to the magical library of Fiction Falls, where we'll be discussing our homework, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. If I, it almost got a 6 star, but it being a series, I typically when it comes to series books and stuff, sometimes I rate the whole series a 6 as a fave. Sometimes I do individuals, but I am so excited to be discussing this. I've got lots of thoughts, lots of feelings, lots of emotions, and yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. I don't see this rating changing, and honestly, out of any group book I've done for a readathon, I can honestly say this is probably my favorite one that I've done where I hadn't read the book before
Nice.
for any readathon. So I was so happy that this was a good surprise.
Well, that's great. And for those that don't know me, I am Amanda, and you're on my channel, Amanda's Booktopia. And thank you for joining. I'll have all of our socials linked down below after this is over. The only reason why I don't do it ahead of time is because it doesn't always, for some reason, it doesn't show links right away until after the fact. So after the fact, I promise I'll put all of our socials down below. And I gave this book a 5 star as well. I uh, I didn't want to put it down. I
Me
was
either.
addicted from like the beginning, and I'm like, ooh, let me keep going, and I kept going and going and going. The next thing I know is 4 a.m. and I'm done with the book. It was just so addicting. And then
It really was.
I decided to watch the movie, which I watched a couple days ago. And the movie does not compare to the book, people. I was so mad at a lot of parts because there were so many things in this book that did not go into the movie. I mean, the movie was okay, but there was so much that would have been confusing to most people if we hadn't read the book. Like even Ray got a bit confused here and there because he was watching with me, and like there were things that he didn't understand, and to understand you had to read the book. A lot of it was in the book, so I felt like it just didn't quite compare. The book is so much better. So
Book's
yeah,
always better.
for real. Oh, looks like we already got a couple people here. Hey Shay, so many feels. Yes, it really was. Hey Trin, it's going
Hey,
good with us. I love the background. Thank you. For the longest time, I did not know how to do backgrounds. I finally figured it out.
so yay! You'll have to show me so when I do like reading sprints and stuff with us.
Yeah, definitely. I was not a fan of the movie, even as a movie on its own, separate from the book. Yeah. I
I
mean,
still need to watch it.
also there's a character in the book, actually two characters. It's but they were technically one individual, if you know who I'm talking about. and they were not in the movie, and I was so disappointed.
But you can't do it without them.
Right? They tried to. It just wasn't the same.
I was wondering why I didn't see them on the cast. Because I went to go see who was playing them because I wanted to know whose
Me
voice
too.
in my head.
I was so hoping they'd be in the movie. I was so sad. You've got more talent than me. I'm sure that's not exactly the case. I'm sure you got plenty of talent. They sure tried and it was a fail. Yes, it was.
So what y'all are telling me is when I watch the movie next month to go in with really, really low expectations. Because I
Yeah.
know Sterling's seen the movie with an ex-friend of ours and he didn't particularly care for it. So he
Well,
doesn't know if he's interested in the book or not. But I told him, I was like, please read the book. You'll
the book
love
is
it.
so much better, and there's a quite a few scenes in the book that was not in the movie, which was so disappointing. So that's probably why he was disappointed in the movie. Yeah, you
He
have to
said
tell
the movie
Sterling the
didn't
book is better.
he said the movie didn't make any sense to him from what he remembers.
Yeah, because a lot of it didn't make sense because the book had all the reasoning as to why things were happening, but yeah, they didn't portray any of that stuff in the movie. So of course the movie's not going to make sense.
Oh, grazie.
The movie did.
He brought me dinner.
Oh, how sweet.
Speaking of Sterling.
Well, I don't know if he can hear me, but if not, tell him I want him to read the book.
I will tell him.
Big room for sequels.
What'd you say, Ray?
The way the movie ended, I think it left room for them to do more.
Ray said Ray said the way the movie ended made it seem like it was open for more movies.
And I think Netflix decided not to because
Oh,
it
really?
didn't get as high of reviews. At least it hasn't been signed up for more movies yet, at least.
Uh,
I was reading an article.
One of the questions that I had for today was actually talking about the movie. And now we don't have to go over that question because we're talking about it now.
I know Sterling only watched it because there was a actor in it that is originally from Drag Race UK, season 1, Scaredy Cat.
I didn't even recognize.
He's apparently in it, and
Oh,
that in itself, you cast Scaredy Cat in a movie, and in my head, I'm like, cool. Scaredy Cat's a horrible actor, so
well,
low expectations.
the only actor, well, actually, there's a couple of actors, three actors I recognize: Charlize Theron, Kerry Washington, and the girl who played Agatha. At first, I couldn't figure out where I knew her from, and then I finally placed her. She was in the High School, the musical, the series.
Yes.
And I'm like, I know that girl, and I'm like, it took me a little bit to figure it out. And I'm like, that's where I know her from.
I will say the one thing I appreciated is both the actresses who play the girls, both's name is Sophia. Sophia with an F and Sophia with a PH.
That's funny.
So I thought that was hilarious. Really, Chewy?
Yeah. What's Chewy doing?
He opened up the door. I had that shut for a reason, Choo Choo. Chewy's like, what are you doing in here? He smells food.
Oh, we do have plenty of questions, so we'll start with some of the basic ones, and then we'll move into what? This one's a I thought this would suit for the very first question. What were your reactions to the beginning of the novel? How did the very first sentence shape your predictions of what might unfold in School for Good? And the first sentence, for those that don't know, says Sophie had waited all her life to be kidnapped.
Who doesn't wish for that, to be kidnapped and taken off to some magical world? our world is lame. I'd rather be somewhere with dragons as well. But this shaped, I was hooked from the first line.
Uh-huh.
I was pulled in. My brain went, yes, please. This already feels like a fairy tale. It kind of felt, with that being said,
Mhm.
almost felt like once upon a time kind of a feeling without actually saying it.
Uh-huh.
But I instantly realized, even in the first chapter, that I didn't think Sophie was going to be the good character.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. When they first got dropped into their schools, I had a feeling they were right where they were supposed to be.
Well, me, it was every good deed Sophie did, she did for her own selfish gain.
Yeah, exactly.
And all Agatha wanted was a friend.
Yeah. So that's how you could tell for sure. Let's see. And then Agatha realizes that the line between stories and real life is very thin indeed. What does Agatha discover about the connection between life at the school and life in Gavaldo? Oh,
Is
Gallagher,
that Galvadon is
where
being
they
kind
live.
of is kind of where they were controlled by the fairy tales,
Oh yeah, that's right.
because all the reader children were only chosen from that village, and every story was set in their village.
Yeah. And the school was definitely different from that.
Hmm.
And let's see. We just basically touched base on this. Agatha and Sophie both wrestle with their unlikely placement in their individual schools. What story events help Agatha and Sophie recognize the accuracy of their school placements?
I mean, there's a lot. You've got Sophie, so vain and so vapid at times, which
Yeah,
also the princesses in this do not represent fairy tale princesses to me.
yeah, I agree.
I was like, Beatrix and all of them, I'm like, really? These are your good characters?
It seemed like the school of good sounded more like the school of evil, and school of evil sounded more like the school of good.
Yes. And I think the one thing in the story that kept irritating me, that they were like, a princess can't be evil and a witch can't be good. And I'm like, hold on. What about the evil queen from Snow White and
Right,
Glinda the good witch from Wizard of Oz? Like,
right,
and I felt like both Sophie and Agatha represented them
yeah,
perfectly. All Sophie wanted to be was beautiful. But
yeah,
just because you're pretty doesn't make you good.
yeah. I agree. Oop. No, the princesses were all hacks,
Agreed.
spoiled brats. Yeah, yeah. I didn't really like most of the princesses. The only one I liked was Agatha.
And can we talk about the evil characters' special gifts and how lame a lot of them were?
Yes, the only one I liked was the girl with the dragon tattoo.
I don't know. I like the one where she could turn anything into chocolate. That kind
That
of.
was pretty funny.
I was like, my sweet, loving self was like, to be able to turn anything into chocolate? Yes, please.
Right? That was pretty cool. And we'll do this. What is the story and how does it influence what happens to Agatha and Sophie at the School for Good and Evil? Well, it was definitely
Story.
the pen. The historian is the pen, basically.
Mhm. And then it writes their story. And because
Yeah.
because they were in that room and it started their fairy tale, is why Agatha and Sophie started getting as good as they were on everything. because it kind of
Yeah.
pushed their story a little faster.
Yeah, it did. Every time they were in that room, it kept like narrating what they were doing and thinking at that exact moment,
Hmm.
and it
But
was
it
kind of,
wasn't what they thought they were thinking. It was
yeah,
the what was in their hearts.
yeah. It definitely changed their relationship a little bit too. Thinking they were one, one of them thought they were good, the other one thought they weren't.
Hmm.
How does Tedros influence the highs and lows of the friendship between Agatha and Sophie throughout the story? Now this is a huge one.
Listen, girls are always gonna fight over boys. Let's be honest, especially at that age.
Yeah,
They're
that's
gonna
very
fight over the boy. But Agatha was willing to give up Tedros so that Sophie could be happy.
true.
And to me, that showed how good Agatha really was.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how much more of like the Camelot storyline is going to
Uh,
affect the story, because I saw that the last three books are like Camelot themed. So
yeah.
I'm kind of curious how the Tedros is going to affect them.
Yeah.
But at the same point, I don't know, is Tedros really worth it? I kind of found him kind of a
Annoying.
he was kind of like a marshmallowy character that I didn't really care for. I was like, every time he appeared, I was like, ugh, do we really have to fawn over a boy?
Right?
Where's y'all's Anna? Where's y'all's Elsa mentality here? You cannot marry the first man you meet.
Men.
Agreed.
Hey Jay, I didn't get to the group book, but I just want to stop by and support. Well, thanks for stopping by. We
Sending
appreciate
love.
it.
Hey.
All the all the love.
Yes, all the love.
My nails are out of control, by the way. I need to get them redone. But these colors really represented Fiction Falls very well.
It really did. I didn't realize until we had already made like all of the books, all the stuff for Fiction Falls, how our
Uh,
colors are also the same colors as the Lakers. Almost. Just our gold. We have gold instead of yellow, but
right.
it's almost the Lakers. I was like, interesting.
That was kind of funny. Were there any plot twists that you loved or any that you hated?
I didn't hate anything, to be honest. The plot twist that I loved, was one of the ones that I really enjoyed, was the schoolmaster plot twist.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And it makes me want to read the prequel
Me
series
too.
really a lot. But I was told you can't read those until you finish the whole series
Yeah,
because it may spoil things. But it tells
yeah.
the story of how that battle went.
It shows the battle in the movie a little bit, but I wasn't like I wasn't crazy about Schoolmaster most of the time. Anyways, I knew there was something up with him, but it does make me want to go read the prequel because I own the prequel, at least the first one. I know there's a second in that prequel series that I don't have yet. But I want to finish the main series before I go into that.
Same.
And then,
And and for anybody who's here who likes audiobooks that want to continue, Everand has the entire series on audio.
oh wow,
Just saying. That's how I listened to book one, and I will probably listen to book two next month at some point.
maybe you might as well just do an unofficial buddy read of the rest of the series.
Unofficial, let's do it.
Because I really want to continue the series. I mean,
That last
ending,
that
this ending,
was it an ending though? It just kind of just ends, and I'm like,
wait, like what's gonna happen? We don't know what's gonna happen. They just like skedaddle away, and I'm like, but there's so much left unfinished.
I want to know where'd they go.
Well, it shows in the movie where they went, but I don't think they would have in the book. So I guess we'll find out when we continue the series. But I think my favorite scene, though, not necessarily a plot twist, but my favorite scene was the circus. And I was so upset about it not being in the movie.
Like, I'm sorry, Sophie is so evil queen coded.
Right?
When she came in the black cloak, all I pictured was the sweet old lady that gave Snow White the apple.
Right?
That's all I pictured in my head, and I was like, "Oh, what is she gonna do? This is gonna be fun."
Right? And then, like, when she did the really high pitched notes, that was like hurting everybody. And they're like, dang, girl,
I love the
where'd you learn how
fact
to do that?
I love the fact that she was still a princess and Agatha was still a witch. They were at the right schools though,
Yeah.
and she was using all of her gifts, princess abilities,
Hmm.
where she whistled and all the dark creatures came, and like the bats, the rats, the bees, the all of that appeared out of nowhere to come help
Hmm.
her. While Agatha was able to cast magic and all this other stuff. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, I feel like Agatha is going to be probably a fairy godmother
Uh huh.
esque, unless they turn her into Glinda the Good Witch.
I can see that.
But now that their fairy tale is over, what's
Well,
next?
we don't know if it's over yet. We don't know what actually happened at the end. Because
True,
their fairy
true,
tale might still be going on. It might not be over yet.
true.
So I'm like, I want to know what's going to happen.
And do we think both of them are going to stay evil and good?
That's a good question. Because they finally
Or
figured out at the end that they loved each other more than they loved a man. At the very end.
yes, come on, Anna Elsa moment.
Right? We need, like, I feel like we need more Disney movies that figure out that friendship is more important than a guy. Or a love interest in general.
I was spoiled on something that's going to be in the series, and now I kind of want to know how that's going to be.
Oh no.
Because I was looking up something and it said a certain word, and I went, "Excuse me, what?"
Oh, I don't think I want to be spoiled yet, so I want to continue and see what happens. Huh. Also, another thing I wasn't crazy about, even though I love the book, but there's this one part with Tedros, and like at the end of that trial thing that they did, and the way he treated Sophie, like that wasn't cool. I mean, yeah, she wasn't exactly pure, but you still could have been like, if you're such a good prince, you wouldn't treat someone like that.
But I will give Tedros one thing. He saw what happened to his father.
Yeah,
And kind of what Sophie did was kind of trick him. Kind of like how he feels that Guinevere did his father.
true.
Even though that's not even the. I'm curious because if you know the King Arthur myth,
Yeah,
is Tedros really Guinevere's and not Arthur's sister Morgana's? because Mordred is the one who kills Arthur.
Right.
And the only child King Arthur ever had was with his sister, who
Hmm.
he thought was Guinevere.
Right.
So I'm like, that made me wonder, is Tedros really Guinevere's? And if he is Guinevere's, is it really Arthur's and not Lancelot's?
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that at all.
And
That
he
is a
can just
possibility.
wield Excalibur because he was actually meant to have Excalibur.
Hmm.
And also, if you're going to introduce Excalibur into a book,
Uh huh.
where's its special abilities?
I was wondering the same thing.
It was just a boring sword.
Right? If like if you see it in the movie, it has like it looks all sparkly, but that's about it.
I'm like, that is the lamest use of Excalibur I have ever seen. So
Right?
yes, that was the part that I hated, was the lamest use of Excalibur.
Oh yeah. I thought of more plot twists that I need to talk about. So, um, the part when Agatha figures out all of these plants and other beings that used to be students. I'm like, what? When she figures that out, I'm like, what kind of school is this?
Oh, and Tedros killing the gargoyle. I was so angry.
I was too. But he was just a little boy trapped in a gargoyle's body, so it wasn't even his fault.
I love the fact that the fairy who saved Agatha is also the fairy she almost swallowed.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then
But
she rescued the child from the lake too.
which I'm curious, if you rescued the child from the lake, how did the witches in the forest during the trial have wish fish? Because the child was all the wish fish.
Yeah, that's right.
So how did they have wish fish to be able to do things at Sophie in the woods in the book?
Yeah, that didn't make sense either.
Plot hole.
And the way that Agatha helped Sophie in the trials, like she was able to turn into a cockroach
Yes.
and able to like, you know, guide her. And then she was also able to turn into a bird. And that was crazy too. A lot of the things in this book I did not see coming. Especially at the end, when it turns out the schoolmaster is actually the evil one.
Yet good's been winning. I find that interesting.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. If he's the evil one, how come the evil school is not winning?
Well, he did say something about he couldn't touch the Storian. Like he guards it,
True.
but he couldn't stop it. So maybe the Storian was like, ooh, good and evil are out of balance now, so good needs to win.
Hmm.
To set the balance.
Right. That makes sense. There was just so much in this book. Like it was packed full of like interesting stuff. And I love seeing like the lessons leading up to like these big events. Because in the movie, they don't have that. And I was so disappointed. Because that's why people got so confused from the movie because the stuff you learned in the book leading up to that event, like the the book makes it easier to understand. But if you went into the movie and didn't read the book first, like you wouldn't have known. Like,
See, I will say the one thing I love is all the Easter eggs.
mhm.
Just the little comments that people said. My dad killed Peter Pan.
I remember that one.
My mother just didn't learn her lesson to shut the oven door
Right?
for Hansel and Gretel. And it was just like little tidbits that were just like jokingly said.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, ooh, I know these stories.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I did like that. We talked about a lot of this stuff already. Um, well, we already know what our answers are going to be on this one.
Yes.
We'll remember it for years after this.
Yes, it makes me want more fairy tales. So I may be picking up because I have some original fairy tales.
Oh,
And
nice.
now I'm like, I kind of want to read them again. Or for the first time.
Right. Or what about this one? If there's one thing about the book you could have improved, what would it be?
I would take Tedros out of it
Yeah.
and do a different plot point.
And be like, you don't need a guide to love yourself. Mm.
That or Agatha would get to take her cat with her.
Right? We went over a lot of these questions.
We do that. We get ahead of ourselves
Ooh, I got a
sometimes.
good one. If you could hear the same story from another person's point of view, who would you choose?
You know, I would like that one teacher, the blind teacher, the seer.
Yes, Professor
Either
Slater.
either him or Storian.
Ooh, yeah.
Or even the schoolmaster, like get like little bits throughout it of like the schoolmaster watching
Right?
and getting his thoughts, but his all of his thoughts be about how like make it like flip the thoughts and make you think it's the good guy.
Right?
Or just like a shadowed character throughout it where we don't know who it is until the end. Where
Mm.
we think it's the seer, we think it's this person, and it really ends up being someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been interesting to see.
I agree. That would have been more fun. Um, in the School for Good, Agatha is immediately labeled an outcast because she doesn't look the part of a princess. Have you ever felt like your looks influenced the way people have treated you?
Yes, I'm gay and I'm fat. So yes.
Well, I
I
wouldn't have said that.
I'm in the gay community. I'm too fat to be a twink and not fat enough to be a bear. So I'm that weird shape in between, and a lot of guys will judge you for that.
Mm.
So yes.
Um, I have used to in the past felt that way. I haven't really felt like my looks influence the way people treat me now.
Hmm.
Um, but it's not really my looks now. It's more like because of my disability more than my looks. Because I have mosaic Down syndrome, so a lot of people think that that means we're not as smart as the rest of them, which is so not the case. We may think differently, but we still have feelings.
Hmm.
And sometimes a lot of people that that aren't educated or don't know much about it, they just assume. And I just wish people wouldn't assume and actually try to get to know us and realize that we're just as smart and capable as the rest of them.
Because of my sister being handicapped, I've spent a lot of time around the handicapped kids and stuff in high school and stuff every time I was in that room.
Hmm.
Some of the smartest people I know are autistic or have Down syndrome and stuff like that. So I get it.
Yeah, like most of my friends have like different types of disabilities. So like Ray's completely blind. Um, I have a friend who's legally blind, which is slightly different. And then I have lots of friends with Down syndrome. I have friends with autism. I mean, my friend Zach, Zachary Gotzig, and he's got Down syndrome, but he's been in a big movie with Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson. So I'm really proud of him that he's been able to do that. And you know, it's hard for people like us to um, get out and be able to be as and do as like good things like he's doing, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of him for that because it shows that you know we can do anything you put our mind to just as much as anybody else.
Break stereotypes.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen the movie The Peanut Butter Falcon, but my friend Zach is in that movie and he does a great job. I
No,
laughed all the way through.
I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the trailer, so
Yeah, Zach's hilarious. I've known him since 2011, so I'm very proud of him, and I would love to see more people like him and like us that can
mm-hmm.
be just as successful. Like, I think we're starting to break the norm a little bit, but hopefully eventually we could get more of us, to
Mm-hmm.
be included, because inclusion is a big thing for people like us, which is a lot deeper than I expected this conversation to go. But
It happens. But
yes,
like I get where you're coming from
yes,
because when you look at in media, when like a queer man is portrayed,
hmm,
they're either a super buff, masculine looking jock, or they're really skinny and super attractive. Those
right,
of us that are average and like don't fit in any of the mold, we're not represented in media that often.
right,
The closest we get is like Titus Burgess in the Kimmy Schmidt show, or the straight guy who plays us in Modern Family.
right,
So I get representation.
yeah. So every time I hear about a book that has like disabled representation of some kind, I tend to
Hmm.
gravitate towards those books because I can relate. Because growing up with mosaic Down syndrome was not always easy. In fact, it's been kind of awkward in a lot of times.
Hmm.
But as I get
See,
older, things change. So
I get that. With my sister having cerebral palsy, cytomegalovirus, and microcephaly, seeing how hard her life was, but she was always smiling and always laughing and carrying on. I get it.
yeah, like we have like when people say we don't have race, I'm like that's not true. We do have race. We're adults. We have feelings. We may not be able to show it like you can, but we still do.
Yep.
So it's
So
just about education.
sending hearts and hugs.
Arts.
Yes.
Uh, who do you relate to more, Sophie or
Agatha.
Same.
And the girl who plays her in the movie, when I saw her face, that is not how I picture Agatha.
Right? I thought the same thing. I'm like, that's not who I pictured.
Who I picture as Agatha would be more like the girl who plays like Wednesday Adams.
Ooh.
I picture someone a little bit closer to like her facial features and like how she is over
Right.
who they got. I was like, don't get me wrong, cast who you want to cast in movies, but even the book shows her as like a miniature Snape. And
Uh,
they mention her having greasy hair and stuff like that. So
right. Yeah, I think it was Jenna Ortega you're thinking of.
Yes, Jenna Ortega. I was like, Jenna, something like that. I was just like, just say the show I'm talking of.
Right. And which school do you think you would fit into the most?
Honestly, I would like to say I would fit into the good school, but let's be honest. I would probably have killed one of those princesses by now.
I would have to.
So I'm gonna have to say the School for Evil is probably where I belong, even
Same.
though my heart of hearts wants to be good. But if that's what good means in this universe is being vapid and only caring about boys
And about yourself,
and about yourself, sorry, I'm gonna go play with evil and learn some magic spells and turn y'all into
right?
toads. Okay, let's
That would
go.
be more fun.
Yes. And having an ability, even
Oh
if it's just trying to grow like one piece of hair on your stomach. Poor Hort. That was the
yeah,
lamest power ever.
right?
I can grow hair on my body.
Not enough.
You can when you hit puberty. Listen, you'll be fine. You'll already be able to do that. Just wait a couple of years.
Right?
You don't need magic for that.
Yeah, that's funny. And then there was uh shoot, what was the one I was thinking of? Oh yeah. So there's another scene that we didn't talk about yet that I was wanting to talk about the whole nemesis thing and how she figured out Agatha was her nemesis. Like,
It just shows how stupid Sophie can be at times.
but she was having those dreams and the symptoms, and yeah, I'm like, wait, I was confused as to why Agatha was her nemesis. They're friends,
Well,
or supposed
yes,
to be.
but when the book started writing itself, it says there were two girls who were best friends. And then it said something about that might not last or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
And I went, cool, they're the ones that are gonna be up against each other because when they went over all of the fairy tales from Galvaldon,
Hmm.
the two kids that kept getting kidnapped, they were the good and evil in that each story.
All right, I remember that.
So I think them being the only two readers in the school, they were meant to be each other's opposites.
Right.
And I'm curious if they're setting it up in a way for something big to be revealed.
I'm starting to wonder now that you brought it to my attention, and maybe in the end, uh, um, the schoolmaster might be Sophie or Agatha in the end,
Or both.
or both.
And I think and if they run the school, I think both sides will be done better.
Yeah.
Good really will be good and evil can be evil.
Right.
And nobody will get punished by being turned into the opposite. Like
Right.
when you failed, evil became good creatures and helped good, and good people became evil creatures and helped evil.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Like, what's the point of that? Like, how is that going to help anybody? It just makes them suffer. The
And the main, also, there was a point in the story we did not discuss that was a plot twist
uh-huh.
that proved how evil Sophie can be. Is when she shoved the wolf dude,
Oh yeah, beasts.
the beast, into the water and watched him drown. And she just went, okay, and moved on. I went, and you still think you're good?
Right.
Like, doesn't make sense, honey.
Yeah, they both ended up in the schools they both belonged in,
Yes. And that
even
they're
though they didn't
both
think so.
And I think they're both going to be each half of like a yin and yang of pure evil, pure good, but each have like a little light of each in each other.
Hmm.
So I feel like they're going to be like very yin and yang balance. And they're
Yeah,
going to fix the balance of the world.
yeah, that would be interesting. I'm glad. Oh, I was glad. Like right before the end, when Sophie realized hooking up with the evil schoolmaster is not going to do her any favors. And I'm like, after kissing him, like like that was just weird. Like,
And then he started turning into like a skeletal creature thing in front of
right?
her. And so did she. Oh my god. Very mummy. Mm.
That was a bit creepy. I'm like, what? I was glad Sophie came to her senses and was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Because I think Sophie realized her nemesis might actually be her soulmate.
Who
In a
is her
sense.
actual soulmate, though? I don't think it's him.
No, I think she realized that her nemesis is actually her soulmate, so that Agatha is really her soulmate.
Oh,
Where it, because there's multiple different types of soulmates.
right.
I think this one's more of like a sister bond soulmate.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. To find out, they truly belong with each other and not with,
Mhm.
like, all these other people that don't know anything
That
about them.
Tedros might be Agatha's like romantic
Mhm.
soulmate. Watch Sophie's be Hort
That would be funny.
because she showed him the capability of love.
Hmm.
So I think that would be very interesting to see.
Hmm. And seeing Sophie try to, like, teach others to, like, look pretty and do all these pretty things, and that I'm like, how is that? That's not exactly like a thing someone from the school of good would do. Trying to teach them how to, like, how to dress better and all this other stuff. Like, that's definitely not a student from the school of good.
At
Yeah.
least that's not our version of good.
Mhm.
Because I could see Beatrix or somebody doing something like that. Because those
Yeah.
are not good princesses in my eyes. I feel like a
Right.
lot of them are going to turn into like the seven dancing princesses and each one's going to die. And I
Right. Like,
really hope that happens.
I thought it was hilarious when Sophie and although the students from the School of Evil were, like, finding a way into the School of Good and pranking them all.
Yes. But I love that Hester and them were like, these pranks are so lame. It's not evil
Right.
enough.
And they wanted to do something better.
But I love how Sophie was like, you got to start little though, and then build it up,
Yeah, that was great too.
which is so something the evil queen would do. And I loved
Right.
it.
I wonder if maybe she'll turn into the evil queen in the end.
That would
Snow
be
White's
interesting.
Snow White's evil queen, and Agatha becomes a schoolmaster.
Who knows? Or she'll become an evil because they've already got a Snow White story
True.
that was already mentioned. So maybe she'll turn into an evil queen character, and
For another fairy tale.
Agatha will turn into a good witch.
Hmm. That could be interesting.
Because
There's so many theories. I can't wait to continue the series.
I could see Agatha turning into like the witch that's like in Merida's tale.
Uh huh.
Because she wasn't an evil witch. She granted her what she wanted.
I don't think I ever saw Brave.
Oh, my favorite Disney princess. Oh, I love Brave.
I probably should watch it because I haven't watched it. I've watched a lot, and I'm also excited. There's gonna be like a new is it Moana? That's going to be
Yes,
live
Moana
action.
2.
Yeah,
No,
there's
I
gonna
don't
be a.
know.
I thought I
Snow
heard it's
White.
gonna be a live action.
Snow White's their next live action. I know that much.
Is there?
That's going to follow the original cartoon.
Oh, okay. I know
I
they're
was,
making a live action of the Hunchback of Notre Dame too.
and they're doing Lilo and Stitch. It's supposed to come out in 2025.
Ooh, I love Lilo and Stitch. I wonder how they're gonna do that.
I mean, you see all the Stitches we own, so I'm contemplating doing a video of just showing off all our Stitch collection, minus shirts.
That could be fun. Like I love Disney stuff. I probably should watch more Disney movies because there's probably some I haven't watched, but I've watched a good, like quite a bit though. Like my favorite Disney movie, like the original, was like The Little Mermaid,
I love that.
and so now I have Jodie Benson's book. Hey Nikki, didn't get to the book. Well, if you guys had a good first readathon, it's been a blast. Thanks
It
for
has.
popping in. Yeah, I can't believe we're almost done. In all honesty,
I
Sat
know.
Saturday is our last day. It's
We
crazy.
have 1, 2, 3 days left of the readathon.
I know. I can't believe it.
I'm like, I'm happy I finished my friend pick today, and it was amazing.
Which one was that? I forgot.
I read The Do Over
Oh,
by Lynn Painter.
nice.
It's not as good as Better Than the Movies, but it's still got a 5 star.
Uh, I haven't read either of them, but I have the audiobooks.
And then I started A Whole New World,
Nice.
and it kept putting me to sleep, so I watched Gossip Girl instead because my boss left. And I went, okay, I can pull out my phone, sit it on my desk, and watch Gossip Girl while I'm working.
Yeah, I haven't marked my bingo board off at all, even though I know I've read enough to mark a lot of it off. I just haven't physically marked it to show people yet.
I need to finish 2 more squares. A Whole New World, I'm just using for the free space in the middle because
Uh huh.
I want to count it towards the bingo board on something.
Uh huh.
But it's not a 3 word title, and there's no C on the cover to spell my name, so I can't use it for either of those. But I'm reading Artemis Fowl still,
Hmm.
and it's going a lot slower than this. This sucked me in, and I was there. I am only on chapter 3 of Artemis Fowl, and I've been reading it for a while, so I'm not as excited for it as I am this world.
Right.
So I will finish it and then decide if I'm going to continue the series or not.
I know I read the first Artemis Fowl like years and years ago. I don't remember much, but I remember liking the first book.
I'm finding it really fascinating. It's just when I pick it up, I'm not really in the mood for it like I am. I'm like, I
Okay.
want the next good School for Good and Evil book like this second.
Like I was gonna go pick up Cooking Around earlier, and then I just wasn't feeling it, so I just didn't pick it up. But I have been reading it, and
Thoughts so far?
I am liking it. Actually, I just wasn't
Okay.
in the mood to pick it up at that time. But I am enjoying it.
It is a behemoth of a book.
It is. It's like 500 something pages. Let me look exactly because there's an epilogue apparently.
And
Mm,
there is a prequel novella to it as well.
This one has 573 pages. That's a thick book.
If you ever want to know how her and oh god, where's my copy? Hold on. Brain isn't braining. Ugh. How her and oh, they don't have any of the guys' names on the back. Damn it. Not him, the other one.
Ilmari,
No, the other one. Not Caleb.
Jake.
Is I'm going to say Jacob, and I'm like, that's not right. But if you're curious how her and Jacob met, there is a prequel novella.
I know they. I know they've talked about it in this one.
And in the audiobook that they have, it starts with this and goes straight into the book.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's super short.
Wow, that is short.
It's 112 pages, and it's just about the one night that they meet in Seattle.
Hmm.
And then after Pucking Around is Pucking Ever After Volume 1.
Hmm.
Then it's Pucking Wild, then Pucking Ever After Volume 2. And then I Cannot Wait for Pucking Sweet.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm like, let me send this to Clint.
I just I just really hope I can get an indie published version of Pucking Sweet. Because if not, I have to get traditionally published versions of book one and book two. Because I only have the indie published version, which my version of the book when I read it
Uh-huh.
is 734 pages.
Dang, that's a behemoth.
So,
Wow.
and I devoured the audiobook while physically reading as well in
Mhm.
3 days.
Wow.
That tells you how much I was obsessed. I'm half tempted next month if I have time after I finish all the books that were in my video
Uh-huh.
of just devouring the series and going straight into Pucking Sweet.
Hmm. And I'm also very excited for us to read together the Ren of the Holly Library in September.
Yes.
And Ray had gift card balance left on his Amazon account, so he's getting me contract bound. And then when I went to go see about getting an J. Tooley book, I clicked on the link and it said, well, it wouldn't let me continue on to the link itself because I clicked on continue because it said that this could be a gift coming your way. So I'm like wondering who's sending me it, and I haven't gotten it yet, so I don't know who if someone's actually sending me a copy of the book.
That will be cool.
So I'm like, because I couldn't get past it unless I clicked on continue because it said this could be a gift coming your way. So I'm like,
Oh, speaking
gift
of
you can send me.
Thule, did you see that um, Book of the Month September picks are up?
Yes, I did see that earlier. I have
And
I have my cart ready to go, but I can't get anything until Friday.
yeah, I can't do anything until the 5th. I could get one book if I want, but I want to buy 3 books. There's 3 that I'm getting. But I looked up um, the Phantasma.
Yes, that's the one I'm getting too.
That one is recommended for fans of Nisha Thule.
Ooh,
When
what
you
could
go
have been it?
to when you go to Amazon, it is. Let me go to the description.
Uh huh.
It's pitched as Carval meets Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco in this spicy, dark romantasy where a necromancer needs help from a dangerous phantom to win a deadly competition.
Well, I saw Deadly Competition, and I'm like, buzzword. I'm getting it.
Then it's not on Amazon that it pitched it. Hold on.
Well, sounds right up my alley.
All I saw was Paranormal Romance, and I went, and that's my pick.
I'm also getting 3 add-ons. I have a couple of extra credits that I haven't used from past months because I skipped a couple months. So I'm getting The Guide of the Woods by Liz Moore because I've been hearing pretty good things about it for the most part. So I want to try it because I think Nikki said she was getting it
Hmm.
for Guide of the Woods, and I figured if Nikki likes it, I would like to give it at least a try. I mean, Nikki and I don't always like the same books, but I want to try and see if maybe I can. And then I also am getting Someone in the Attic. I told Dana about this one. It's a thriller, and I thought
Hmm.
that'd be great for thrills and chills, so I recommended it to her. See, if
I'm getting the other thriller. I'm getting Sleep Tight,
uh, yeah, I decided not to get that one.
and I'm getting The Wishing Game.
Oh yay! I can't wait for you to read The Witching Game. It's so good.
After reading The Lost Story, I need to read The Wishing Game.
It's just like Willy Wonka, but like bookish.
But no, with Phantasma, it says, where's the line I just saw? Phantasma is perfect for fans of Rebecca Yaros, Nisha J. Tooley, and Carissa Broadbent.
Ooh. Well,
And
I read all those authors and really enjoy them.
this sounds amazing, and we're
Right.
both getting it.
Maybe it could be a book club choice for us.
Possibly. It is on KU.
I did see that. Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe early next year, this could be a potential.
Right. Because it sounds so good.
It
And I'm also
does.
getting one more add-on. I'm also getting the Crimson Crown.
See, I debated about getting that one. It depends on when I get paid after I pay rent.
Uh huh.
There's a couple of pre orders that I have to get first
Right.
to decide if I can add that one on because we didn't like Malice.
I loved Malice. I love that whole duology. So I'm like, I want the Crimson Crown.
Crimson Crown, I'm a little bit more interested in.
Uh huh. So it's another
Malice,
storyline.
Malice kind of bored Sterling.
Oh no.
And at the time I was reading, I tried it. I wasn't into fantasy in that moment. So I
Uh,
think we were a little premature of getting rid of it.
right.
But I'm really interested in this new one.
Yeah, they're all like the choices for this for September looks we're looking pretty good. I have to admit, much better than August. I have to say.
Oh, hell yeah.
As soon as I saw Phantasma, I'm like, Nikki and Dana, you're gonna want these books. You're gonna want this book, I'm sure.
I saw that and I went, and that's my book pick. I don't even have to see the rest. That's my book pick. I saw Paranormal Romance, and that cover is everything. I need
Right?
that cover. And apparently, there's a second one coming out early next year, too.
Ooh,
So, if Book of the Month does it as an add on, I will be adding that into my cart
right?
because it'll be purple,
Uh huh.
and the cover on it's gorgeous as well.
Ooh, well, that's exciting to hear.
So I'm like, yes. But then I saw Sleep Tight, and I was like, this sounds amazing as well. I was only planning on getting the wishing game. Dang it.
It's so hard to pick and choose when they actually put out good ones, and I'm like, I want them all, but I can't. I can only pick and choose.
And this is the first month where I've gotten where I'm looking at it and I'm like, am I getting two of the month's picks?
Right? I almost also got the Laura Dave book because I enjoyed another book I read by her, and I decided last minute not to get it this month because it's just I don't want to spend that much money right now.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe in another month if I'm still interested, maybe then I'll get it. I just didn't, I wasn't as excited for that one as the other ones, but I do want to read it. So maybe if it's ever on KU or I find another way of reading it, like an audiobook or something, eventually, like if it shows up on this other audio service that I use, I could get it there.
Like, they've added a lot of good sounding books because I was
Right.
contemplating A Song to Drown Rivers as well.
The reason why I didn't pick that one, I was going to go for that one. However, Amazon, they have it's coming out October 1st technically, and they're having a deluxe version with sprayed edges. So I'm like, I'm waiting for the sprayed edges
Bet. Okay, I'll wait. Bet.
because it's already on my wish list with the sprayed edges. And then I saw it on Book of the Month, and I'm like, I'd rather have the sprayed edge copy. So I'm gonna wait and get myself a sprayed edge copy.
Just like they did Five Broken Blades
Yes,
was
I'm
the
gonna do
Book
the
of the
same thing
Month
with that one.
edition.
Yeah, I, I was already getting the spray edge version before, they put that out on Book of the Month. So I'd rather have the sprayed edge copy than the Book of the Month copy.
I feel like that's a publisher house that they should not select those books because they're getting pretty editions already.
Right?
So don't use it as Book of the Month, people. So we don't accidentally grab it from you not knowing it's going to have a pretty edition.
Right? And then I'm there's also another book with sprayed edges that's coming out in September that I really wanted. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I saw it and I'm like, I
Um,
need this book. I know it's on my wish list of books I really, really want.
I know I will have at least three with sprayed edges. The House in Cerulean Sea, Somewhere Beyond the Sea, and then both by TJ Klune, and then Stay by Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen comes out in September.
Uh, uh, looking for it, looking for it. Where is it? Because there's so many good ones coming out in September. I wish I could just get every book on my wish list, but I can't. Oh, that's one of the books I really wanted. It comes out September 3rd. But that's not the one I was thinking of.
And I have my next Haley Turner book comes out next week, so I have to get that on payday because I'm buddy reading it with Lori.
Oh, here it is. The, the Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. I absolutely love The Liar's Crown by her. I still need to continue that series. But The Games Gods Play has this beautiful sprayed edges. It comes
Mm-hmm.
out on the 3rd, and I'm like, I want it so badly. I'm hoping it'll come out in Target, and I can use my red card and get 5% off. Because lately, Target has been putting spray edge copies on their shelves. So I'm like, if they put this on their shelves, I'm getting a spray edge copy and getting 5% off.
Do it.
I'm hoping it's going to be there.
I've been getting mine from Walmart because I'm one of those with some of the sprayed edges. I want
Uh-huh.
to see them in person.
Hmm.
So I'm like, and that's how I've grabbed a couple. I was like, and you're mine.
Yeah, and then there was this other book. So I'm doing like a video go up on my channel hopefully soon of September book releases that I like to read. And there's
Mhm.
this one in particular. I instantly thought of you that I was interested in, and it's on my wish list. It's called This Fatal Kiss. And I saw something about polyamorous. And I'm like, okay, this is Clint's book right here. Comes
By
out
Alicia.
yes, Alicia Jasinska. Comes out September 24th.
Oh, excuse me, what? There's an exorcism?
Right?
Finely crafted with magical setting, this delectable quest through the spirit world is an enchanting read for fairy tale enthusiasts and YA fans of queer romantasy.
As soon as I saw that, it went on my wish list, and then I was doing my September book releases I'm interested in, and I included this one. And in my video, I'm like, Clint, you might want this one. Maybe we could buddy read or
It's
something like that.
queer.
I think I said, Clint, I'm looking at you, or something like that.
I'm curious. Is it queer because it's polyamorous? Because poly is now underneath the umbrella of LGBTQI plus whatever.
Uh-huh.
Or is it queer because there's now I want to know.
Right?
I just added it to my wish list. And
I
that
immediately,
cover.
right? I immediately thought of you as soon as I saw that.
I might have to get it. Second paycheck next month. We'll see. I'm supposed to start saving for a laptop. So we'll see.
Like, there's so many good stuff coming out.
There really is.
Especially like every time I see something with like queer representation or polyamorous, I'm like, this is Clint's book. I gotta send it to him or tell him about it.
And then that's me with like romantasy. I'm like, ooh, this sounds good.
Right?
Amanda. If I see it without seeing it on Honest Fiction or any of the other, I'm like, I find it myself. I'm like, Amanda. It sounds good. Hence
Right?
why you got 4 romantasy books from me.
I can't wait to read all the retellings that you sent me. Retellings is one of my favorite genres besides romantasy. So I am very excited
I
to get
didn't
to all of them.
realize that I had bought so many retellings.
Yeah, they were like literally all retellings. Is one of based off the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Beauty and the Beast retelling, uh, King Midas
My,
retelling,
mhm.
and then what was the other one?
The other one's
Oh
just
yeah, Wolf
werewolves.
Song. Wolf Song was the other one.
Also, Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's also Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh, I didn't
They
realize.
blended it, and it's sapphic.
Ooh,
I
okay,
almost
now I'm
bought
even
it.
more excited.
I almost bought it for myself because I was intrigued to see how they did Phantom and Hunchback.
Ooh, now I'm even more interested.
Because I think the series is called The Phantom of Notre Dame.
Ooh. I'm thinking maybe I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this in September. Maybe October, November. I want to do a video like reading retellings. I have a bunch of,
Do
especially
it.
the ones that you sent.
I have an idea for some Greek retellings because that's one of my favorite tropes
uh,
with fantasies are Greek myth retellings.
have you read any of the Dark Olympus series?
I have read the first 2 in DNF the third.
Uh, well, I've only read the first three, but I heard it gets better.
My issue I had with the third one, because it's Achilles and Patroclus and they added Helen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a Song of Achilles fan, and I'm such a stan for the original story of Achilles and Patroclus being lovers,
Uh-huh.
that her adding Helen threw off the whole dynamic for me, and I just couldn't.
Uh,
Achilles has been one of my favorite stories since I was a kid. Him and Alexander the Great are like 2 of my favorite people of history.
mm-hmm.
And little did I know until I came out of the closet and did more research and found out they were both gay men. I went, makes sense why I love you. I mean, my 2 favorite Greek gods are Apollo and Dionysus. which are both the gods of gay men,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, huh, no wonder those stories resonated with me as a child, as my grandfather's telling me them. But it just adding that Helen in it,
Uh-huh.
because neither character in the original tell
Mm-hmm.
liked Helen that way.
Mm-hmm.
I went, nope, I can't do this. This is so icky and I just can't. You're ruining my favorite. Nope, I can't.
Yikes.
And I haven't picked up any more since because I was afraid that they would be in other books and I can't.
Uh, uh,
And with her other series, her Disney After Dark series,
uh-huh.
I still say Learn My Lesson is one of my favorite books of all time.
Really?
It is Hades, Hercules, and Megra
Oh, wow.
in a relationship together.
Interesting.
Book one is
Desperate
Jafar.
Measures.
Desperate
Yeah.
Measures is Jafar and Jasmine. I
I
had
read that one.
I had some issues with that one solely for the fact that we relate my sister to Jasmine, and the whole baby girl thing. That's what my mom used to call my sister. Just it was a little too much in that book.
Right.
But there was that scene with Jafar, Jasmine, and Meg scene that was super hot, and I was just like,
Oh,
as a
yeah.
gay man, I should not find this attractive. Um, I liked book three, which is Tinkerbell and Hook.
I still need to read. I don't have the rest of those books in that series yet. I only have the first one, and I read the first one. I do want to get the other ones though and read them.
I
Isn't there one
do,
with Ariel in it, or is it
yes,
the wicked, the Ursula or something like that?
it's Ursula. I don't think her name is Ariel in it,
No.
and Ulrich
Oh.
for Eric.
Well, that's the one I really wanted to read the most out of all of them, but I do want to eventually get to them.
The next one I need to read is actually the one that that is my most excited one, and I think that's why I keep putting it down every time I start it. And that's The Beast. It's Beast, Belle, and Gaston.
Uh, it should be interesting.
Yeah. Because we've already been introduced to Beast and Gaston, because there was a scene in Captain Hook with Tinkerbell where Tinkerbell had fun with Beast, Gaston, someone else. Like she had four people she was having fun with while Hook watched.
Uh, Interesting.
That was very like I'm still want someone to explain how they get in that. I don't understand it.
Looks like my gram dropped in. Hey, gram, but she probably put something that I
Hi.
can't access on this side.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need that. Are we?
Disney
Uh,
After Dark, I'm assuming.
I think
Learn
she
my.
popped up when we mentioned it.
Oh, because you're reading the Dark Olympus series, Neon Gods, the Hades in that one is related to the Hades in Learn My Lesson.
Really interesting.
They're father son.
Oh, well, now I do need to read them.
Because
Somehow, some way.
The Hercules in Learn My Lesson is the son of Zeus in Neon Gods.
Oh,
So it makes it really fun.
I'm definitely gonna have to check out the rest of the series.
I
But
love
first,
how all of I love how all of her books are like set in the same universe kind of thing.
uh huh. Yeah, first before I get any, like, I need to do a major unhaul. because I need to get rid of a
Girl,
whole ton.
girl, I'm running out of room here.
I already ran out of room. I got books under the TV that are stacked way high up to the bottom of the TV. I got books sitting here on the table. I got a few books sitting behind me that need to go back up the shelf.
I mean,
I have them everywhere.
y'all see in my TBR video for September, for those who've watched it, when I go to talk about the wheel, I pan over to the stack of books that is sitting on my desk. That's only one of the stacks. My book club books is the other stack, where I have them both in like order with Ba and Fiction Falls, so that all I have to do is grab them.
Right.
I still
Yeah.
need to get Fourth Wing. I almost said Fire Wing, and I'm like, that's not right.
Fire Wing. That's funny.
But
um.
I saw that there's a paperback edition of Fourth Wing coming out
Oh
in
yeah,
October
I
with
saw
sprayed
that.
edges, and I kind of want it because it's a black paperback.
Right.
And I'm like, do I want that or do I want the hardback?
I have the hardback. I have two editions of the hardback actually. I have the one with uh, the original print with the black sprayed edges and the white dragons on it, and then
Mm-hmm.
Karina sent me the holiday edition.
Ooh.
So now I have both.
I'm excited to see if we're going to continue the series or not.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited for December for you to read it so you can see if you like it. Mm. Oh. Shay's ordering the BAA book tomorrow for September. Can't decide between Kindle or physical.
She's our guest for Ba
Oh yeah, I remember
for
you said that in your
September.
video. Hmm. It. I would say it depends on how you prefer to read. I mean, I like to have physical books most of the time. I like the feel of a book in my actual hands,
Mhm.
but I use my Kindle for other things. If I'm able to get like a Kindle copy for free or cheaper than the paperback, then I'll do it that way. But most of the times, I like to have a physical book.
I like the options of the Kindle because I have carpal tunnel in both wrists,
Hmm.
and there are sometimes I can't hold a physical book. That
Right.
holding the Kindle's easier for me
Hmm.
to read. That's why I've been reading Artemis Fowl on the Kindle, which I'm debating on. If I do continue the series, I might just continue the Kindle editions
Right.
so that I don't have to purchase the whole series like right this second.
Hmm.
I mean, this series is getting bought completely. I don't care. I
Right?
may pre-order the graphic novel that's coming out next year
It's a graphic novel. Oh yeah, you think you mentioned that
called
before.
The Coven, and it's going to follow witches.
Oh yeah, you messaged me that. That's right.
And I didn't want to look any more into it because I didn't want it to spoil anything because you're supposed to have read everything before.
Uh, Shay's a pan reader. Don't have a preference.
I love that. Yes. I am stealing that from you, Shay.
That is
I am
pretty
a.
funny.
So now I'm going to describe myself as a non-monogamous, get homosexual pan reader male, or homosexual male pan reader. I love it. I love it.
Shay seems to agree with you.
It's perfect. I'm
That's
gonna have to tell
funny.
Sterling here in a few. I'm a pan reader. Sterling only reads physically or on a Kindle.
Hmm.
Sterling hates audiobooks
Oh really?
with a passion.
Why does he hate them?
He can't focus on them.
Uh,
I mean, he's currently rereading Empire the Vampire.
I have that. Not that particular copy, But I do have Empire of the Vampire, and I haven't read it.
He's almost done. I need him to finish because in December I'm reread, or not December, in October I'm going to reread because we have book 2 and neither one of us have read book 2.
Uh,
Granted, Tate's also reading Empire of the Vampire, so Tate may read the sequel before I get to it, and I'll be like, that's fine. I've got other books I need to get to first.
I mean, the majority of my reading is done via audio, plus because a millennial, I mean, must always be multitasking or productive.
I mean, that's why I listen to audiobooks all day at work. It helps me focus on work.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just tired and starting to fall asleep, and then the narrator may not be helping.
Well, I'm excited. I haven't put my September TBR video up yet, but it's already three or four audiobooks in there, and like it's a chaotic TBR video. So I had Siri pick how many books I was going to read between the numbers of 1 and 20, and then he decided to give me chaos and went with 20.
Oh,
So,
Lord Jesus.
so wait till you see that video. It's insane.
Lord Jesus. See, that's why with my new game, which I thank Amanda a lot in the video when talking about the wheel, because you are the one who inspired me to do the wheel. I
love it already.
I was supposed to continue all month doing a wheel, but I just started mood reading.
Right.
But doing the wheel, I only chose 5 books, and when I do my first challenge video next month, I decided I'm going to start with 3. But with the challenge videos, I have to read between 3 to 5 books, or attempt to read between 3 to 5 books before I can finish the video.
That makes sense.
And I can't wait to premiere the Care Bear Scared challenge jar. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm excited to watch that video.
I'm doing it the week of the 20th. I know that much. So it'll be the 15th through the 22nd.
Nice. I actually put up a vlog today, and Nikki commented and said I ended the vlog on a cliffhanger. Now she needs to watch the next vlog.
I need to edit my vlog from last week and post it for Friday, but I also need to actually film clips this week because I forgot to do a closing vlog clip. So I mentioned on Monday how I finished this, and it wraps it up on Monday.
Uh-huh.
And I filmed nothing yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't film yesterday either.
But I had nothing to talk about, so I have things to talk about tonight. So I'll do a clip before bed. So there's that, at least.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny how I went from talking about the group book to like everything else.
It's us. What do you expect? Actually, let's be honest. It's me. What do you expect?
Well, sometimes I do it too.
We all know talking's my middle name.
Yeah, I tend to do that also. It's another thing that I do. I could just talk and talk and talk.
That is one thing that I want to work on with my channel.
Uh-huh.
And when I'm doing my videos is I need to talk a little less because I realize I ramble.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was talking about the wheel, and then the next thing I know, I'm showing you guys my new Care Bear pop. And I'm like, what does this have to do with this? But okay. But it's in a spot. I can't cut it out, so dang it. I need a little bit more structure in my talking.
Right. Hey, I thought you did a great job with editing your TBR video.
Yay, thank you. That's the first time I've ever filmed clips like that to have to blend them, and I thought it was a really cool idea to do my hand across when we're fading into the next
I
for the
like that.
wheel. I might do that every time.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool actually. And I'm excited you're reading Forever right now, so I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that.
Me too, but I'm scared for September now. It added that to the list, and I was like, I'm already going to be bawling because of Say You Swear. We already know Abby Jimenez is going to punch us in the emotions. And you
Right?
want to add Forever right now to the list too? I was like sitting there, I'm like going, I thought I was golden with all the picks, but it could have done worse. It could have chosen Still Beating, which is also on the wheel.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I'm excited to hear all your thoughts and everything.
Oh, I'll give you all of them. And then you need to read Someday, Someday,
I do. I don't have it yet, but eventually. I mean,
which
you need to go read my review on Forever right now on GoodReads because it's the longest review I've ever done in the history of reviews. But there's no spoilers, so you don't have to worry about that. But
I
it's like the
love
longest
that.
review ever.
See, all I know about Forever right now is the characters. Because, and that's all I want to know. Because the
Right.
fact that they make an appearance at the end of Someday, Someday, because one of the main characters is the gay guy that's friends with Darlene,
Hmm.
that she helps through the meetings and stuff like that. I don't know if he's in the books, but the way he talks in Someday, Someday is that I'm assuming he's in the book.
Probably. I don't
So,
remember. I mean, it's been a long time since I've read it, but I remember bawling my eyes out. So.
but I'm just excited for all the buddy reads and everything next month. So,
Same.
if I'm hoping I get to all my buddy reads.
I mean, even though I have a huge TBR, my priority ones are the book club ones and the buddy reads and
Mhm.
Ray's pick. Small spoiler on my TBR video, I pulled a penguin card. So Ray had to pick a book for me to read that, you know, and it could have been any book. It didn't even have to be one that I owned. So
He
wait
should
till
have
you see
been
that.
nice. He should have been nice and chose your book club books.
He picked something else for me, but I'm
but I
also
know
excited to read that too. So
I know that Sterling would pick something that would cause a challenge for me. So
yeah.
he would pick something this big for me to read. And he's like, and I'm only going to give you 4 days to do it.
Ray actually said at first he wanted to give me priority of the orange tree. I'm like, please no, anything but that.
I mean, back when Mel, when I was friends and stuff with Mel, she
Mhm.
her husband chose for her Anna Karenina,
Oh wow.
and that is her least favorite book of all time now.
Oh no.
And it's thicker than Empire of the Vampires, so
Oh man. My husband would never. He'd pick books, but he wouldn't be mean like that.
either
You're very
that
lucky.
okay, either he would pick a book like that or he would pick something like Bathhouse, which I have attempted to read 4 times, and I DNF every time at the same exact spot because I have too much anxiety with it. Because it's a
What is?
thriller. It's about a guy who cheats on his husband at a bathhouse, and
Uh,
then he sees that guy kill someone in the bathhouse,
oh jeez.
and then that guy starts stalking him.
What?
And he's told the police 2 different stories because he told the police the real story, and then his husband made him go tell the story that he told his husband.
That's crazy.
So the police aren't believing him. And it's just like, it's so much anxiety that my body's like, I can't. The way it's written so well that I can't get through it. And it's one of Sterling's favorite books.
There's gotta be a way for you to get through it somehow.
I have tried audiobook, that makes it worse. I've tried physically reading it. Nope. Kindle, nope, I can't. I've already coughed it up as this is not a thriller I can get through.
That sucks.
But other people have read it and loved it on Sterling's recommendation.
Wow.
I do believe Nikki read it on Sterling's recommendation, I think. But if he didn't pick that, he would probably pick either Chloe Gong. No, it would be Elizabeth Peters. I'm still in the middle of book 1. It's historical, and I don't do well with historical, and I've been in the middle of book 1 for 6 months now.
What book is it?
Elizabeth Peters, the author. It's the Case of the Mummy or something.
I love historical fiction.
It's a archaeologist, Indiana Jonesy, like cozy mystery series.
Gotcha.
And sometimes historical works for me in that type of a setting, but this one just
doesn't.
I've hidden the book. I don't know what happened to it. So I can't finish it. Sorry, babe.
Hopefully Sterling's not listening in at the door.
He knows where it's at.
Does he?
Yeah, it's underneath my end table in the bedroom. Nightstand in the bedroom. In a book sleeve. Which I kind of want back. But the audiobook just puts me to sleep. Her cadence in that audiobook is so monotone and so slow that I'm just like...
Yeah. Narrators can often make or break a book.
So I told him when I am done with the Jim Butcher series, I will give one of his other series a try, which is the Iron Druid Chronicles.
What's that one?
It's paranormal. It's like the Dresden Files, but it's all based on Celtic mythology.
Oh, cool.
And you're following a druid. This is one of his all-time favorite series. We own the complete series in the new books. We had the original covers with the guy on it, and then they came out with these really pretty editions. And both him and Tate love this series. But I told him I have to do Dresden Files first because Caitlin's been in my life longer. And she's been trying to get me to read that series a lot longer than he's been trying to get me to read this. So we're prioritizing. I was like, I'll get to it, but let me finish Dresden and get caught up on Dresden.
Right. I have so many series that I'm in the middle of that I have not finished.
Listen.
There's a lot of them.
I'm also still trying to decide because I read God of Fury by Rena Kent, which is the 5th book in that series. But I haven't read any of the other books in that series. I'm trying to decide, do I care enough about the other characters to want to read them?
Well, I don't know if this will help you or not, but the girls tried Cruel King by her and did not like it. They DNF'd.
Yeah, this is like her number 20 through 26 in that universe.
Mhm.
They're her like newest, and they've hated all of her older stuff.
Uh,
And this is the series they actually want to read. I only wanted to read it because it's labeled as one of the number one male romances.
uh, well,
And I see why.
I recently added a lot of mafia romances to my wish list. Some of them are Wide Shoes. Uh, so I have a lot of like mafia romances on my wish list right now.
I love, if you want a really good mafia,
Because I love mafia romance.
and it's a standalone and it's on Kindle Unlimited,
Uh huh.
For the Love of Cain.
I
It
feel like
is
I've heard of it.
it is poly.
Uh huh.
It is four guys
Mm-hmm.
in one relationship, and it's Russian mafia.
Oh, interesting.
It is my second favorite book of the year.
Oh wow.
Maybe. I haven't decided. I still need to like there's some of the books from this month might shake that up because just for the summer might just go right underneath yours truly. I have not decided yet.
I'm adding For the Love of King to my wish list right now.
I love when indie book published books do this. Each guy, their chapters have different headers. This
Mm-hmm.
is Kane's,
Oh nice.
and then you have Jackson's with the Shibari.
Nice.
Then you have that's Kane. Where's Blaze? Is going to be further in. Oop. You have Blaze's chapter, and Blaze is clinically insane, and I love him, and I just want to hug him and love him forever because he needs to be protected. And then Elijah with the blindfold.
Oh wow. Nice.
I love when an indie published book does that. It does have trigger warnings.
I
Graphic
don't mind.
violence, torture, kidnapping, explicit language, struggle with mental illness, attempted suicide, suicidal ideations, attempted sexual assault, explicit sex scenes, BDSM, dumb sob, dumb Dom sub relationship times two, spanking including hand, paddle, flogger, and whip, daddy kink, no age play, master slash pet, age gap, erotic asphyxiation, vision deprivation, shibari, bondage, colors, edging, crawling, DAP, PS mom, ha 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 ha, no.
Dang. Sounds right up my alley though. A lot of those are buzzwords for me.
But it is a standalone, it's the first book in a standalone series with MMMM gay why choose.
Well, it's on my wish list now. Did you see the paperback is $21?
Yes. I
In the
read it on my
days.
Kindle. At one point I wanted to make this was a Bob pick at one point, but
Uh huh.
it was one of our picks when the book club kind of failed for a little bit there due to mental health and other things.
Uh,
No engagement, mental health, no creativity, no nothing. So it
right.
kind of went stagnant because it was only me and Hope reading the books.
Uh huh.
Because no one who follows us read romance,
Uh.
which is why we revamped it, which is Queer Joy, and more people are going to be interested.
Well, I'd be interested.
So that's why we're excited for more Queer Joy and showing different types of relationships.
Yeah, my dad's been texting me because he's sending me a birth certificate. I gotta get a passport for next year because my dad's taking, well, and my stepmom are taking me and Ray on a cruise. So we're very
Ooh.
excited. And this will be
Ooh.
Ray's first cruise.
I have never done a cruise, but I don't know how I feel about the idea of a cruise, or not for me personally.
Well, we're going to the Keys and the Bahamas.
I'm claustrophobic, and if I can't leave an area, the fact that I'll be stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean,
Uh huh.
I've been kind of deciding, will that affect my claustrophobia or not? Because I can't leave where I'm at.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I want to fly and go to like Europe and stuff. So,
Right? Like
and
I've
the
always
plane,
wanted to go to Italy.
my goals are I really want to go to Ireland. I want to go to England because I want to do the bookstore crawl
Uh huh.
where there are 50 bookstores in a row.
Yeah, I've heard
Like,
about
you
that.
have this path that you can go, and the challenge is to see how many you can get through in a day.
I actually saw a UK booktuber do it once, and she said it was awesome.
The most I've seen people get to is either 26 or 27 different stores.
Wow.
And that's only if you spend 30 minutes per store.
Dang.
I'm one of those that I'm like, cool, I want to go to England and we're going to take a week. I want to hit every last one. And if I can, I would like to buy a book from every last place.
Dang. That's a lot of books.
Yeah.
Got some saving to
Yeah.
do for
And
that.
I know we need to start saving up at the beginning of next year for our float trip next year.
Ah.
The us cancers have all decided that because there's four of us that are doing it,
Mhm.
all four of us have decided what we want for our birthday is to do a float trip
What's that?
where you go rafting on a river,
Oh, okay.
and we'll stay in an Airbnb and go rafting and stuff. I've never done it.
Uh
My mother's done it a lot,
huh.
and our our group of friends have gone and done this trip a lot.
Uh huh.
Me and Sterling never have the funds and stuff to go.
Right.
So now that we know ahead of time, she's going to tell us how much we're going to have to pay them,
Uh
and we're going to pay them in installments for our portions.
huh.
Because I think it's going to be like for the both of us, or for each of us, is 300 and something.
Right.
That's for room and board, food, gas. I think we rounded it up to 500 just to be on the safe side for everything because of
Wow.
groceries and stuff. Because we're
Yeah.
going to cook there. I'm just gonna look at them and like, I'm grabbing my chicken nuggets so that y'all can eat whatever y'all want to eat. I'm the world's pickiest eater, so and I'm on Ozempic. I'll eat my chicken nuggets. Y'all are good. I don't want to have any Ozempic effect while we're here.
Right. I don't blame you.
I'm over it.
Right. Sounds fun though.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
That and eventually Sterling and I need to save money to actually take a honeymoon.
Mhm.
He wants to go to California.
I've always wanted to go to California.
He wants to hit up the disco record shops and stuff in San Francisco.
That sounds fun.
So if we ever make that trip, I'm going to ask Kaylani if she can take some time off. Come up to San Francisco, or I come and meet her halfway, and we
Right.
go book shopping while Sterling's looking at records.
Not a bad
Because I
idea.
have a feeling I'm going to get bored at some point. Because
Records are not your thing.
Like, I don't mind looking at them, but he has a
Mhm.
habit sometimes. Like, I can be lost in a bookstore for 2 to 3 hours.
Right. Same.
He can be there for like 30 minutes and then he wants to leave. We're in record stores, he can be lost for like 2 to 3 hours. In 30 minutes, I
You're
want to
ready to
leave.
leave.
I don't mind looking. I go to my sections and just look at the options while
Right.
he's going to like 30 different spots. I go and I look and I'm like, "Ooh, this is cool. This is cool. Take a picture. I'll add this to my wish list. This sounds good. This sounds good. Ooh, this is cool. Ooh, $10. Get this one for me." And
Yes,
then he'll like
that's
come
what
up
I
with
would
like a
do
stack.
too.
He'll come up with like a stack like this tall,
Uh
and I'll like walk out with one or none.
huh.
I was like, "We were here for you, not for me today. We're good."
That sounds like a fun idea, though.
He plays a lot. He's at the house more often, so he plays the record player.
Uh
I
huh.
don't. So it's like
Gotcha.
it's not like in my head. It's like not a need that I have to have them right this second.
Right.
I'm a. I'd rather go buy more books.
Same. I'd be like, give me all the books.
Will I get to it this year? Probably not.
Can
Uh,
you believe this year is like only a few months away from being over?
I know. I don't like the sound of that. I have too
This,
many books to read. Not
I
enough
mean,
time.
this Sunday is the first, and then after that, there'll be like 3 more months left of the year.
We have September, October, November, and December
I feel
left.
like this year just flew.
It
Where has the
has,
time gone?
and I don't like it. I don't like it. It needs to slow down so I can read more.
Right? Hmm. Well, we've been on for almost 2 hours.
And only an hour of it were we talking about the group book.
Right? It's what we do. We talk about the group book for the first 45 minutes or so. Then we're off to Never Never Land.
You never know what you're gonna get with us. We might watch a video of me falling out of my chair multiple times in a row.
if we had more people and the girls were all here, I would play that again. I still have that tab pulled up.
Ah! A lot.
Next
Lord
time when
have
all the
mercy.
girls are here, we have to do that. And I think Dana said she's going to join us on sprints on Saturday. And I don't know who else, but whoever comes, we are going to play that clip again.
I mean, if Dana plans on reading with us all day, if she wants to come on screen, she can.
That is true. I'll have to ask her. But,
Because I'll be
nice.
reading mine and her buddy read, because it's the 3-word title that I need to read.
Which one is it?
Such Charming Liars.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I still haven't gotten to it, and I'd be damned if I go throughout this month without reading it.
I also want to read it, but I haven't bought a physical copy, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it enough to want a physical copy yet. But Ray has an audio book, so maybe I'll just listen to it with him.
I had to have it because it's a Karen and McManus, and I own all of her books. So,
Yeah, Ray loves Karen and McManus just like Dana does.
and I need to ask Dana if we're still doing our buddy reads with her doing Lainey Taylor and Abby Jimenez. If she still wants to do our buddy rereads of all Karen and McManus, because if not, I understand.
Yeah, I mean life gets life in, so
I understand. We can always do that anytime, and I can put them
right,
down and be able to read something else too.
right.
So listen,
I think it was last year. I attempted to pick up Cinder because I was gonna read it with the girls, and then they decided I I didn't know this until like almost towards the end of the month. They decided not to follow through in that bunny read, and I didn't know this, and so I ended up stopping it and putting it down, and I have not picked it back up again, and it's been over a year.
Such a good series. Cinder is my least favorite in the series, though.
uh,
I
only
don't
have
like.
the first one.
I don't particularly care for Cinderella retellings all the time.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me before.
So it's one of those that I'm like, but Scarlet and Lavana's book, are
Which
my
book is
fave.
that one?
Scarlet is book 2. Lavana is Fairest. Everybody's least favorite book is one of my favorites.
That's funny. Oh look, Sam's here. Okay, I came in as soon as you started laughing, so I went back and I went to see said video. I wanted to see said video if you still haven't pulled up. We sure can. Also didn't read the group book, but just put Ezra down and you guys were still on.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's been
Sam,
almost 2 hours.
Sam, do you want to see the video? She can pull it up.
I still have the tab pulled up. I have not taken it down. I'm probably gonna play it again on sprints on Saturday if you decide.
Yes,
to
we'll do it. Oh no, she does. Play it.
Oh,
Play
yeah.
it for Sam.
Okay, I gotta find the right
tab.
Hold on. Let me share my screen.
And it's me falling out of my chair to see if Amazon was for us. Oh God.
What? Do you remember what part in this was at?
Right around. Okay, it's after this one then.
Was it right around here?
I think so.
Spinach?
No, I don't like spinach.
Okay.
He said that he would. I was never allowed to cook. I was never allowed. Oh, we're talking about my ex. Okay, you can speed up just a little bit.
Sus.
Where was this? Did they go too far ahead?
No. Maybe because there's only 3 of us, so yes. All 4 of us were there, weren't we?
Yeah.
Because Dana was there.
Yeah. Hold on, Sam. We're looking. I feel like it was around here somewhere.
Possibly. Because did I not just pop back up? Ties. 5 Survive and Crush are the highest on that list because there's live shows.
Yeah.
And then Lord, when this video was posted, our book of cold cases. So I'm like, those have to be.
Am I around the right part, Clint?
Yes, I just fell.
Oh.
Go back just a little bit.
Excited.
I need a good book club book.
Yeah. No, honestly, yeah. Because after the one I
fails.
just finished.
Because that disappeared off the screen. I need good books. Which is why I already know that the one that I really enjoy that I'm giving next for Blood and Books is going to go over well, at least with Nikki.
Ooh.
And I'm hoping Sterling will enjoy it.
What can you give me a hint?
It's Murder at Pirates Cove.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I started that one. I haven't finished it yet.
Because Dana gifted it to me, and now I need to finish the series.
Oh my God, it was Dana who gave me that book and caused me to go down a rabbit hole of that entire
in the
series.
fall sometime. And then I never completed it.
Oh, right here. Are you for us? I see Amazon. Are you for us? Tori says because she's under the weather. Oh, I'm sorry, Tori. Sending hugs.
Hold on, Sam.
She's read a little bit of A Court of Thorns and Roses, but not even
I'm about
much
to
of
fall.
that. Is this your first time reading?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Clint?
I'm about to fall.
Okay.
Because I think I do a couple of
Tori,
comments.
I wish
and
I
then
could
look
experience Ekatar for the first time again.
Same.
Hello? No, I wish I could experience Akamath for the first time.
I mean, like the whole series.
Those
Like
two,
I want to be able
those
to
two
like
for sure.
Yeah.
Those two for the first time again, feeling what I felt in book 1 and then feeling what I felt in book 2. Let me rate.
I love Sam's comment. I'm about to fall. Okay.
Yeah. It's just like the way that your feelings can just go through
right here.
Such intense, quick turnarounds. We're just like,
are you okay, Clint? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hold on.
Did you guys see that?
The way I'm like literally going to the live and rewatching that back.
It came out to the back. Oh my god.
Bethany said, and he's gone.
Going back and watching it.
What even happened?
I was trying to look out the window, and
the Amazon, he said, "Is that for us?"
Because it stopped in front of our apartment building, so I'm like, "Is that for us?" Because knowing Sterling, I hit the wheel hit the bed cover, and it fell. And I just went, bam.
The way that you explained that perfectly as I was watching it.
Which I felt right there. So I could have hit multiple things and I didn't. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
And Alicia joins us right as we watch me fall. But that hurt my thighs. Because when I fell, my thighs gripped onto the chair trying to not fall. Ow.
Oh my god.
I don't know where Chewy went. Chewy freaked out when I fell. We have to rewatch that. Listen, I have to rewatch that.
Right now.
I'm curious. It's roughly like. Ooh, I'm about to fall. Okay.
Hi, Alicia.
Oh, Alicia.
She was
she
in the
remembers
comments.
that. So was I too.
You were. I see your name.
I can literally imagine me where you say, "Yeah, I'm okay. Hold on," and it repeats and matches up with the song like "Hollaback Girl" or something. If you've ever seen those videos.
A-N-A-N-A-S. It's banana.
If you want some, Dana actually made a meme. So ask Dana for that meme.
I have the meme. It's a gift. It's a GIF, not a meme.
Oh yeah, my bad. It was a gift.
Nikki made a meme of us.
Oh, was it Nikki? I thought it was Dana.
It was Nikki that made the meme of us with the glasses.
Oh.
Can't wait to see how this turns out. And Dana made a GIF of it. I have it still on my phone. I use it all the time.
If you want, Sam, we'll send it to you. Can you play that one more time just to get some hilarious?
Do it.
Oh, Sam said, "Oh, she needs that," so we have to send her the gift. All right, we'll play it one more time. It was right around here somewhere, right?
Using that in the same swear chat when we need it.
Not a single one of them were really good. And I'm pretty sure if I read them today, I would deem every last one racist. Because they were all set during the cowboy Indian phase. Oh, we have...
I just added blue smoke to my
Okay,
TBR.
amazing.
Yeah, let me do it. Let me add it.
I found
It's
Blue
on,
Smoke for a
Scrib.
dollar.
Is it?
It's on Scrib, yeah.
Okay.
I found the hardback for $1 at a Goodwill, and I was so excited. And I plan on rereading it one day. I just have to I want to do like a project of rereading certain books that I vividly
You need to bring
remember.
it up just a little bit.
Do I not have it anymore?
Yeah.
Those two for the first time again, feeling what I felt in book 1 and then feeling what I felt in book 2. Let me rage again, please.
Yeah, it was right
Come on.
after this.
That would be fun.
Yeah. It's just like the way that your feelings can just go through such intense, quick turnarounds. We're just like,
Are you okay, Clint? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hold on.
Did you guys see that?
No.
Lord have mercy.
The way I'm literally going to the live and rewatching that back.
It went down this way. It came out to the back. Oh my god.
Bethany said, and he's gone.
I'm literally going back and watching it.
It cracks me up every time. Sam, I'm gonna be using that and say you swear chat when we read
You
it.
might have to ask Dana for it because I'm not finding it.
I think I might have saved it too when she sent it to us. Let me see if I can find it. So I know I saved it.
I'm trying to remember in what group chat it was sent.
I think it was me, you, and her. Because we said we wanted it. I'm just scrolling back in my photos. I think it's got to be in there somewhere. I mean, I'm going back into June photos.
Yeah, but it's not in my photos. That's the thing that's kind of irritating me.
I know I saved it somewhere.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, you found it?
So why didn't it pop up?
Alicia says you have a download folder maybe there.
So I know where it's at. Now I just gotta figure out where it's at in these.
I don't think it's this far back. Now I'm going into stuff from like last year. I know it was this year.
Found it.
Where
I
was it?
sent it in Say You Swear.
Oh, good.
So
Oh,
I
it should be
sent
good.
it. It was in my videos. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yep, Sam saw it. Oh, she's typing in our Insta.
And Alicia, I sent it to our group chat too. So y'all have it there too.
And I will save this tab for Saturday because if the girls are with us on Saturday, I'm sure they'll want to watch it again.
When the Amazon has arrived with your package. My hand goes up in the air. The gayest, like, trying to save myself ever.
Alicia's like, okay, LOL. We'll be doing sprints on Saturday, Alicia, if you want to join us.
Why did I?
Right here on my channel at 12 p.m. Eastern.
It's
And
11
I
my time.
promise I will play it again.
I've got to remind myself that means 11 my time. Because watch, I'll wake up at like 10 o'clock and be like, oh, I've got an hour or so for sprints. And be like, I'm late.
Oh, she said that is a funny meme,
It is. Dana did amazing.
right? It was fun. And just as we're getting more people, I think we're about done pretty much.
Yes.
We've gone over 2 hours at this point. I didn't think we'd last this long, to be honest.
Same. But it's us. What do you expect?
Right? I mean, remember that we did this last time on when we did the housemaid the housemaid read along on one of the lives that we did. We ended up playing that same clip,
Like 6, 7 times in a row.
right?
The girls are like, play it.
uh,
Play it. And wasn't it Nikki who sent us the video because she goes back to it when she needs like
yes,
a happy moment or something?
right. And the look on Dana's face is priceless.
I know I still joke that part of me wants to make my instead of making a Care Bear image for
Uh-huh.
my logo for my channel, I had
Uh-huh.
thought about a chair tipped over and maybe like packages falling out of it.
That'd be funny. Setting the precedence for Fiction Falls live shows. You never
Yes.
know.
Because I'm always falling out of my chair for Fiction Falls.
You know, I have the perfect idea, Clint. You need to recreate it somehow, some way. Just for Fiction Falls. You're falling for a good book. That would be great.
Yes, we always fall for a good book. And we all know Amazon's always delivering a good book to this house.
Right? And I'm also excited because Ray showed me earlier that our October book is already being shipped out to me. So I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm really excited for all the books.
I find it weird. I didn't realize that I had done this. But with Baugh and Fiction Falls, both books are sapphic.
Right.
Which Sam is our lovely co-host, our lovely guest host for Baugh for October.
Oh, nice. There goes the book club motto.
You can
You
fall.
can fall for a good fiction. That should be our motto.
Oh my god. I need a shirt now
Yes,
with
Alicia.
with the chair fall
Right.
over with books falling out of it and say I always fall for a good fiction.
Right? That should be our new motto. I like that so much better.
Yes, that'll be one of our mottos.
Instead of saying we can provide your fiction needs, we'll say you can fall for a good fiction.
We're always welcome to Fiction Falls, where we're always falling for a good fiction.
I love that. I think that's my new favorite.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Alicia.
Yep, you're the best, Alicia. You came up with the perfect motto for us. I know Dana knows how to make shirts. Oh, fall for a good romance. Or thriller. Or
actually,
historical.
In our case, come and fall for a good fantasy. Fall into the world of fantasy.
I love that. Hey, Bryce.
Hi.
It works for any genre. It sure does. It's funny how 2 hours and 15 minutes later we have more people than we did in the beginning.
It's because we stopped talking about the group book and we just started talking about stuff.
You know what we need to do sometime? Instead of just doing group book discussions, just have like a get together and do something like this. I think
A
more
group
people like this more.
group hangout. Fall and die for a good thriller.
See, it works.
Yes.
Fall and die for a good thriller. Just all on FT Essential.
No, this will be us when we join other book clubs for their discussions. We're like, we're falling for this good romance. We're falling and dying for this thriller. Thrills and chills.
Right?
Or we tripped over the rainbow sheep and fell for a good queer joy. That dang sheep always in the way.
Or instead of doing, I have an idea. Instead of doing live shows for our books, we could just do like a whole like Instagram chat for those who want to join it, and then we can do live shows just to hang out.
Yeah.
If people are interested in that,
Y'all.
so we don't have to worry about scheduling the date. We just talk about it in the Instagram chat whenever people have read it, and make it easier for people. So in case they can't come to a live, they can still jump in on the discussion on the Instagram.
Yeah.
That'd be an idea. And then we can just use our lives for like hangouts.
Yeah.
Come hang out with Amanda and Clint here tonight.
Come fall for a good fiction.
Maybe Fable. Maybe. Do you guys prefer Fable or Instagram? That way no one gets spoiled. True.
Or Discord.
I know some people have a hard time with Discord. Like I know Dana, for instance, she's not very good at keeping up on Discords.
I was just saying if we did a Discord, we could have a Discord for each individual book.
That's not a bad idea.
And that would be a little bit more organized.
So I am part of another book club that I sometimes join in on. They like separate like all their tabs with like they do one section of this book and then they group it up into like like the number of pages. You could talk about what happened in that amount of pages in that page tab, like all the way up until the end. So they break it up into like chapters and stuff or something like that. Like say chapter 1 through chapter 5, talk about those chapters in this tab, and then 6 through 11 on this tab, and so on and so forth.
I like that idea.
Bryce prefers Discord. Santa's true because once you change your favorite book, you lose all the chat down with Discord too. Yeah. So, what do you guys prefer, Discord? Because we could always do Discord. People just chime in whenever they feel like it. If we can think of like an option where everybody can join, they don't have to worry about missing a live show.
Yeah. We'll discuss this more.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll figure out.
I would love to get more people engaged, so if that helps at all.
Even if we did it where each book had like 2 tabs underneath it, the first half of the book and then the second half of the book.
Yeah, that's true.
This is where we discuss chapters 1 through whatever is the first half, and this is where the second half of the book.
Yeah, makes sense.
For those that like to do like page breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, if you guys have any ideas of what you'd like us to do, if it helps you any, definitely let us know.
Yes, y'all can always send all y'all's thoughts to either us or to the Instagram.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I also got to put a graphic up on the Instagram with our September book. So
Yes.
gotta work on that. Because I'm very excited for the brand new, and I think that's what's gonna be fun.
Yes, I am too.
And I know Karina's already read it and gave it 4 stars. So
Which
that
kinda
sounds
now
promising.
I have an idea of a video idea I want to do with the book, and at the same time, because I have another fantasy romance that is the same type of retelling.
Oh, really?
Even though Written in the Holly Library isn't a retelling, it's inspired by, but it's not a retelling.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It apparently it has like Beauty and the Beast like tropes.
Oh, okay.
It's not a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but the other one I have isn't a true Beauty and the Beast retelling either.
Hmm.
So I might try to squeeze that one in that week too.
Not a
And read
bad
the
idea.
and then I can read the original Beauty and the Beast story too.
We're talking about the Ren and the Holly Library by K.A. Lindy. I think it's how you pronounce it.
And the other one I'm talking about is crap, it's in the other room. Bonded by Thorns.
Bonded with Thorns?
I think it's Bonded by Thorns. Hold on.
That was a good book. Which one
Bound
did you read, Alicia?
Bound by Thorns.
So it's Bound by Thorns. Gotcha.
By Elizabeth Helen.
You haven't read the second one yet. Oh, I think she's talking about Bonded by Thorns.
Yeah.
I haven't read any of those yet, but I've heard good things.
A friend of mine, she's currently reading it and loving it. So when I found it at the
Nice.
bookstore, I purchased it.
I think Dana added it to her wish list too at some point.
It's she's reading it and she's like, it really sounds a lot like Akatar to her.
Huh.
And then she sent me a clip of the audiobook to listen to.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'm obsessed. There's apparently sword crossing in it as well. And it was like a scene that came out of nowhere where nobody thought these two characters were that. And you're like, oh, that explains a lot throughout the whole book.
Well, Alicia liked the Red in the Holly Library, and it does have beautiful
Yay.
characters. Yeah, I've been hearing pretty good things, so I'm very excited to read it.
And it's such a pretty book.
Right? I have my edition like right over here because I'm very much excited for it. Yeah, I love this cover. I love these sprayed edges, for one.
I just like the under the dust jacket.
And like these end pages, stunning. And then like I love this naked hardback with the library going onto the spine and all the way onto the back.
So good. For a first printing of a book,
Right?
like that is book box quality.
Like this is Red Tower. Red Tower is doing these.
Yes.
And now I need to get all of Red Tower's books because they're also stunning.
You know they have one coming out next year that I want, which is the Liars Club.
Oh yeah, that's on my wish list too. My books I really want list.
It sounds so good.
By Monica Murphy, I believe.
Yes. And it was like pitched as One of Us is Lying meets what's the Trisha Levin seller?
The Shadows Between Us.
Yes. And I was like, excuse me, what? Two of my favorite things? What?
Wait, you love The Shadows Between Us? I have that book, but I haven't read it yet.
I love that book. I need to repurchase it because I want the new edition with the sprayed edges and I need the sequel.
I know Target has it. The Ren the Holly Library has lots of world building, so be warned. I don't mind.
I don't mind.
The book is gorgeous. Yes, it is. I need to put out book 2 like yesterday. I said the same thing about a different series. I don't know if anybody else has read The Heartless Hunter, like Kristen Ciccarelli, but I am obsessed with
I
that book.
haven't.
And the second book comes out next year, and I'm like, I need book 2 like now.
I haven't yet, but if I have time this month, after I got done with A Whole New World, if I still have time for like Friday for an audiobook, I
Uh-huh.
was gonna listen to The Heartless Hunter because I was trying to get to
Yes.
it this month, but
Yes, absolutely.
and Amanda was just talking about that book, Sam. The games God's play.
Yeah, before you popped in, Sam, I mentioned it earlier. I have the sprayed edge copy on my books I really, really want wish lists. I have 2 wish lists, by the way. One that's super long and one that's a little bit shorter with books I really, really want to get. And the Games of God's Play is one of them because I loved The Liar's Crown by her, which I still need to finish that series. But I really, really, really
The
want the Games of God's Play. It comes out September 3rd, and
the
I am
one
ecstatic.
the one I want is The Stars Are Dying
That's also on my books I really want
by
wish list.
Chloe C. Penaranda.
Panoranda? Yeah, I think that's right.
It's The Serpent and the Wings of Night meets Shadow and Bone in a seductive, star-crossed, dark romantic fantasy loosely based on the Greek myth of the Asteri.
And that sounds amazing, and I want that too. And the
And
sprayed edge copy looks stunning.
oh my god, yes.
And there's
I,
another one called Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. It's also on my list. It comes out next year. I really want to get that.
I also want to get Star-Crossed, or not Star-Crossed, Sword-Crossed by Freya Marksy. It's what I love is how it was pitched is the cozy low stakes of Legends and Lattes meets the scorching bodyguard fantasy of Jennifer L. Armentrout's From Blood and Ash in this enemies to lovers romance where yes, the swords do cross.
That sounds right up my alley. Can you send that to me?
Yes. It's also Mel Mel.
Oh, nice. I like Mail Mail. I want to get the Coven by Harper Woods, I think it is. Yes, I want. I have the paperback copy of that, but I know they also recently put out a special edition with like sprayed edges with roses that looks absolutely stunning. So many books, so little time. Like for real. I put all those books on the SE wish list that I don't share because I feel like no one will buy them for me anyways. SE are so expensive. Well, you
I
never
feel
know,
that.
Sam. Make a list anyways. You never know. You might see one from me one of these days. So, don't, yeah. Keep your hopes up. You never know. Something might
Yeah,
come
you
your
never
way
know.
eventually.
I have multiple wish
Mm.
lists too because Amanda convinced me to make one where I really, really want and one that just gets everything else thrown on it.
Right? I do the exact. That's what I've been doing because my dad said my regular Amazon wish list is way too long for him. So I'm like, okay, I'll make a smaller list of books I really, really want and give you that list.
What you looking for?
Alicia says, yes, I want the sprayed edge copy of The
didn't see any.
Coven. It is really stunning, I have to admit. But I want to read it first to see if I like it enough to get the sprayed edge copy. So I have the paperback, I'll have to read it. I got the book originally because of Jess from Honest Fiction. She's the one who got me to get the book in the first place, and now I want to, and I've been wanting to read it, and I haven't yet, but I want to.
I also can't wait for the sprayed edges version of When the Moon Hatched because I really want to read that.
I have the paperback already, so I want to read it and see if I like it enough before I switch it out for that copy. Sam says the Coven is so pretty too. It really is. I need to update my wish list. LOL. Hey, if you need help, I'll help you. I should do that too because when I add a bunch of stuff, my brain tells me to go back and delete stuff because I'm making it too long.
Girl felt
I do that all the time. I go through it. I'm like, I can't have this on this because when people look at my wish list, they're going to be like, oh my God.
Have you
It's-
seen my wish list, Sam? I have one that goes on forever. It's like a mile long, I swear.
Then I see people like Dana and them's wish list with like 25 books on it. And I'm just like, how?
I can't.
How, guys? Oh,
Hey,
speaking of Dana, hi.
look, here's Dana. Hey, friends. We had a great time tonight. We did. The first 45 minutes or so, we talked about the book. And ever since, we've been talking about random other stuff.
And we watched me fall out of my chair again and again.
And I did tell Sam I will play that again during sprints on Saturday. So it'll be fun. Yes. Oh, yeah, she wants to see my wish list. I saw that one when it was the only one you had, and it stressed me out.
That's why I made a new one too. I knew mine was making people stressed out.
Well, I have it on my Instagram. If you go on there, I have two lists. I have the really long one, then I have a list that says books I really want. So if you go to my books I really want list, that's a lot shorter. Are you both excited for next month's release of Plucking Sweet? Well, currently I am still reading Plucking Around, so I haven't even gotten there yet. But I am enjoying it so far.
I need it like yesterday. So
I'm terrible at going in and adding things. I need to get better at it. LOL.
hey Karina.
Didn't expect you to be on still. I wasn't expecting you to be on still either, but look where we are.
It's us. What do you expect?
The first 45 minutes was about the group book. And then we just expanded into other things, and we just haven't stopped. You falling out of your chair is a core memory. Hey, I still haven't pulled up if you want to watch it again.
Listen, we've already established that we have a new motto for the book club, which is where we fall for good fiction. And we've already established I need to make a shirt and my logo to be a chair flipped over and either books or packages falling out of it. So that might become my new logo.
I just want to say that the Coven was mid, borrow it from the library. Well, I have the paperback. I just haven't attempted it yet. So we'll
I guess
see.
I will try it on KU then.
Oh, I'm reading Plucking Wild, so we are in the universe. Nice. It was back when they did the Sweeney gifting during Christmas, and I was going to gift you back that and say I don't know where to begin. Well, check out my other wish list. It's shorter, I promise you.
Sam, have you seen her latest book haul? That's what I ended up doing. Was I ended up gifting 2 off of one list and 2 off the other list.
Oh yeah, I don't know if everyone's seen that video yet. I love Plucking Around. I was definitely shocked after reading it. Well,
it's so good.
I'm still making my way through it. It's part of my week 4 vlog. Oh, what a productive book chat this was. It was at first.
It was at first. We were actually really on point, and then we got sidetracked with shiny squirrels.
That's us. Main one of both images and see which one you like better. For which one? Are we talking about the chair thing again?
Oh, the chair. Yeah, okay. So one with the books falling out of it and one with the packages falling out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Did
you say shiny squirrels?
Okay. I joke and say, you know how people say that they have squirrel moments where they just stop and go squirrel? Or they stop and go, ooh, shiny?
Yeah.
I suffer from both at the same time. And my brain won't stop it. So I've always called my moment shiny squirrel moments because I go off on a tangent that somehow, some way wraps around to the original conversation we had. It may take 3 to 5 weeks to get there, But I'll get back to that original conversation eventually.
Also, we could use some input from you, Dana, and Karina. We want to know what you think. Instead of doing a live show for a book club, if you would rather do like a Instagram chat or a Discord server and talk about it, or a Fable discussion, and do it in one of those. And so if people can't make it to a live show, they can still chat about it somewhere else. So if you're game for one of those ideas, definitely let us know your input.
And we would make it like a breakdown of like so many chapters. You talk about this
Yeah.
next section. That way it's easier on people who like to do things like that.
Yes, you do. Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I could get sidetracked too. Not as easily, but once you start talking about something else, I just run with it. And I don't stop.
So we'll see how these book discussions go.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to make live shows, yeah.
Mhm.
And I want to make it easy for everybody to participate that wants to. So that way they can still discuss it with us. You know, so that way you don't have to worry about like missing the live show. Yeah. Because we want to make it easy for people to read along with us that want to. And still discuss it at the same time. So
And we were discussing that in place of live shows, maybe hangout sections where we just come and talk about whatever random topic anybody wants to talk about.
because you're very good at that.
Really good. Welcome to the Fiction Falls Book Club hangout where anything could fall out of our mouths at any time.
Oh, that's funny. I like that one. I still can't believe we're 2.5 hours into this.
But we were both so excited to talk about the book for 45 minutes.
I mean, we talked about it with Shay for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Shay must have had to go.
Or Shay's listening and sat her phone down or something.
Maybe. That's true. Like she did with the High School Musical movies.
Yes. But then again, we had so much listen.
Right? There were so many technical difficulties with that. Like Dana had to help us, or I know she tried, but I think there were some things that she wanted to help with, but they couldn't figure out, so we just had to do a whole new link. I think you should do whatever you're comfortable with for your book club. But if you decide you want to join us in any of the books, Karina, like where would you want to discuss it? Is what I'm trying to ask, if that helps. That's definitely a unique idea to do a chat than a hang. I thought so. I agree with Karina that y'all should do what makes you the happiest.
I'm like, also, I feel like because all of us have the same people that follow everybody,
Yeah.
maybe a chat would work for at least one of the book clubs. So that scheduling and stuff, we don't all accidentally schedule a live show discussion at possibly the same time as two or three other live show discussions.
I mean, they do have their read-alongs going on. They have the Abby Jimenez one, the Lainey Taylor one. There's Thrills and Chills and Scrooty Reader.
And then there's
That's
Ba
right
now.
there.
And then fifth would be Ba, which I have to schedule mine around hopes and my guests.
Schedules, yeah. I feel like being able to chat live with people and keep the live shows, but if you prefer just hanging, then go for the switch up. I think I like doing the hanging more, because at least you can talk about the book somewhere else, and then here we can just hang out and have fun and say whatever we want.
Yeah, see, I like both aspects of it, being able to discuss the books. I feel like if we had like a discussion area, we could do a lot more in depth Especially
Yeah.
if we went like through chapter 1 through chapter 5, we're talking about this section.
Right.
And then we can have like a section where we pop in questions and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could probably make a Fable book club if you guys are interested in that, because that automatically does it for you, and you don't have to like physically put in chapter 1 through 5 or something like that, because you already have the chapters listed. And like they have a section for your final thoughts and your rating and stuff like that.
I like that.
So we could do like a Fable thing, where we could all just talk together. Karina agrees. You both are great together, so whichever you prefer. Aw.
Aw.
We love you, Karina.
Yes. I would do a
We
full
love you
heart
all.
button holding. My phone almost died, so I need it on a charger, and this charger has to be held a certain way because I don't know what's
Ew.
to it. It's Sterling's charger.
Maybe Fable in a quarterly chat. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. That after we get and maybe for like more popular books, we could do a discussion somewhere else if we wanted to.
That's true. Fable monthly and then a live show after every quarter for the Hangs. It's not a bad idea.
That's not.
And if they want to talk more in depth on the other books, or if they didn't say anything in the Fable that they want to talk about live, we could always talk about it in the Hangs for people who want to. That is if they've read the book, of course.
Yeah.
I know I already voted, but I'm still going with my original Fable suggestion. Even the Discord was mentioned, Fable is easier to set up. It definitely is, because it's already like broken down for you, so we don't have to do the breaking down. And it would be a lot easier. We just call it Fiction Falls. Should we call it Fiction Falls Book Club or Fiction Falls something else? Or I'm sure we could figure that out. If they want more Haynes be friends.
I mean truth. But I do like the idea. I like this idea of
Yeah. When you both thought of the book club, did you imagine it with a live show discussion? Originally, I did. But
yes,
not everyone could come to them.
yes and no, because I'm down for whatever Amanda thinks would be easier. I'm kind of more free with whatever.
Oh.
Because I like the idea of a live discussion, but I also like the idea of breakdowns and stuff like that being somewhere to like do all of that. But I do like what Karina suggested of a quarterly. After 4 books, we could discuss the 4 books a little bit in it, and then it being mainly a hangout.
I have an idea for what to call it. Fiction Falls After Dark.
I mean, because we mainly read romantasy, so yes, I'm down.
Right? I just randomly thought of it. I'm not versed in Discord, not Fable either, but that seems easier. Well, I just want to make it easier for people in general, just so it's easy for people to talk about the book with us.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have more people engaged in wanting to read them, and then it's easy for people to like put out their thoughts in like the sections that they already have listed. That way we don't have to do like an Instagram one or a Discord one, because that everyone loves Discord as much as I do.
I mean, we could do both, where if we can schedule a live show, cool. But there not be like pressure that if we get busy with life and stuff one month, or we can't do a live show, we still have an area where people can discuss.
Yeah. I think that if you both wanted a live show, I think you should still do a live for at least the beginning to feel it out. Maybe 10 just to see how it goes, and I just don't want like people to not be able to make it because they have other things going on. That's my worry. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Not everyone will be able to be alive every time.
But I do like this idea of after every 4 books, or after every, like, if like next year we do the first 3 months,
Mm,
after each of our announcement videos of like the next picks,
yeah,
after we read those, we could do a live hangout where we could discuss those and then go, okay, now it's time for this hangout. We discussed our books. Now what's on your mind?
After Dark with Amanda and Clint.
That could be our chats. Like you said, fiction falls after dark is our chat.
Yeah,
And
I
if
think
y'all want
that'd be so fun.
and if y'all want to drink, y'all can drink. If not, cool.
Drink some wine, a cocktail, a beer, whatever you feel like drinking. Doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be soda, water,
That is
tea,
something
coffee.
I do miss from doing the seasonathons,
Mhm.
was the drunk live show afterwards. After we would have our book discussion with the author, and then we would have that hangout where all we did was talk about whatever we wanted. Talked about the readathon, talked about books, drank, played games, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I do miss those kind of lives.
yeah. That's why I think it'd be a fun idea for us to do that too. And then we'll have like our book club discussion. Like we could do like a live show to discuss the book at first and see how it goes. And if we end up not liking it as much, we could just drop it down to like a Fable thing,
Hmm.
and then just go with the hangouts after.
I mean, we can always, if we do lives and stuff, we can always like keep it as a schedule. Like, we can't go longer than this.
Yeah, that would keep us on track, so we wouldn't be distracted and keep going for hours on end. Because nobody
My
else would
thoughts
probably
exactly.
would.
Because there's only the two of us. We don't have an extra person to keep us in line. Going, whoosh,
unless
nope,
one of
back
you
to
want to
the
volunteer to
conversation.
be, unless one of them wants to volunteer to be tribute.
He'll whip us into shape and keep us on topic.
I can see Nikki doing that.
Lord have mercy.
Sorry about that. Sometimes when I laugh too hard, I cough. Maybe I need a drink.
But we still have time to decide all this, so
Yeah.
we're just
But
putting out our feelers.
and if any of you guys prefer to prefer anything that'll be easier for you guys, we would definitely want to make it easier for y'all. So if you have a suggestion of what you prefer to do, we are more than happy to go with whatever you feel like, because we want to make it accessible for everybody.
Hmm.
So
I
even if
do.
we don't do live
I,
shows,
I don't know. My brain is still back on book of the month, and us both getting the same book of the month, and maybe making that a book pick
right? All
for
right, y'all.
early
It's been
next
fun. I
year.
gotta go to bed. Good night,
Night.
Karina. Thanks for dropping by.
I'm like, I know I'll have to go soon too, so I
Yeah.
can get some things done before I have to go to bed for work.
Right? We're almost on 3 hours.
Again, it is us. Are you surprised?
Yeah, so stay tuned for watching our Book of the Month box reveals, because our main pick might end up being a book club book in the near future. So,
One that I think Dana and Karina might actually really love.
yeah, Nikki.
And Nikki and Sam. I could see a bunch of us loving this book.
Maybe even Kaylani, possibly.
Maybe.
If you,
I
Maybe
I don't.
not. I don't know. It depends on what she's feeling.
Well, I know she really liked Janella Angeles.
Oh yeah, Where Dreams Descend.
Yes, I still need to read book 2. I've
I
had
read
them
them both.
I have the Alcrate editions, and I still need to read book 2. I read it
It's good.
for I read it for Season-a-thon and interviewed her and loved her before book 2 came out.
I read book 1 and 2 last year, and it was really good.
But I need to. It's been so long since I've read book 1 that I need to reread book 1 to go into book 2. So we'll see when I have time for
Right.
that.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun, but I think it's
Yes.
probably time for us to go.
Before we have any more shiny squirrel moments.
Right? Because I know one of us will at any minute. So
Yes, and we know here in Fiction Falls the library is about to close, so go ahead and collect your books now and go check out.
yeah, and make sure I'll link all of our um I'll link Clint's stuff down below if you're not already following him. I know most of you already are, so that's not gonna be a problem. But if anyone wants to follow along with all the book club news, make sure you stay subscribed to the both of us and stay tuned for all the fun stuff. We will be having sprints on Saturday for our exit interviews. So be there or be square. We start at 12 p.m. Eastern on my channel. So I hope to see most of you at sprints. I can't believe it's our last day. It's sad, but we're not quite leaving Fiction Falls because September is our Fiction Falls book club. So
Where we'll be
that's
back
going
in
to
the
be
library.
fun. Yeah, because we're the Ren in the Holly Library.
Gotta find that bird. It keeps making noise and it's hidden behind a book and I can't find it.
Good night, Dana. Thanks for stopping by.
Really
I hope you
chewy.
guys all had a fun time joining us. I know most of you guys weren't here for the stuff earlier, but I'm glad you guys joined now. So if you enjoyed being here with us, make sure you give us a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more bookish content, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below and Clint's as well. And we will see you on Saturday for our last day. So we will see everybody on Saturday. So bye everyone.
Bye. End
Bye.
broadcast.